Bedtime with a 3-year-old. It's like negotiating with a lawyer who's had way too much sugar. Every night it's the same thing. Whining, screaming, negotiating. One more story, Mama. Sound familiar?
No bedtime, no bath.
No bedtime and no bath? I'm gonna need a glass of wine here soon. What if I told you we tried something wild to try to fix this? Okay, bear with me. We let our 3-year-old take charge of bedtime. Did it end the delays? Did it give my husband and I that precious 1 or 2 hours we desperately crave for, child-free, before bedtime? Or was it total chaos? Just stick around to find out. If you're watching this, then you're not new to the bedtime struggle. We all go through it. My name is Elizabeth. Welcome to All These Moms. I am a mother of a 3-year-old. My sweet, adorable Livy, who's also a little bit of a terrorist before bedtime. Every night, it's a battle. Every single night. The stalling starts the minute we say bedtime. Suddenly, she needs water. She wants to swing. She wants to go outside. She needs to go to the bathroom. Or she wants to tell me about her entire day again. Or she wants to reorganize her room. She wants to reorganize the living room. We've tried, my husband and I, we have tried everything. Strict schedules, bedtime routines, you name it, we've tried it. But very few things have worked. We are still struggling with the same problem. What we're hoping for is to be able to go through a few bedtime routines, bath time, reading the book, putting on your pajamas, brushing your teeth, whatever, read a couple of books, and lay her in bedtime without a fight. That's our goal. But nothing's working. So I'm trying something completely out of the box. What if we let our 3-year-old lead the bedtime routine? And my question is, will giving her the control, because let's be honest, that's what she really wants, actually help to make bedtime a little bit more smooth? Or will it be a disaster? And will she be going to bed at midnight, leaving me completely exhausted, my husband completely exhausted, with 0 time alone? But let's dive in and see what happens. So here's the plan. My daughter will get to decide the entire bedtime routine. No rules from us. I mean, we're mostly no rules. We're gonna guide her gently, just in case things go off the rails. But she is calling the shots. Will she brush her teeth? Will she pick a story? Will she demand a snack at 9:30 at night? I'm very nervous about this, but I'm also curious. So I told my daughter, she's the boss tonight. I don't think she really understands what that means, but she looks excited. Okay, so this is future Elizabeth walking you through the night. The 3-year-olds, I've come to learn and realize, they want to negotiate everything. They don't say yes to much. It's a constant struggle, a constant battle, and there's a constant negotiation to get something different, something more, and it just like constantly pulls at your like energy levels and causes exhaustion. So that's why it's hard. Toddlers just want to like suck your soul while also filling it up again. I don't know how to describe it better than that, but that's what it feels like. They suck it and then they give it back. During dinner tonight, I was sure to discuss with my daughter the plan, which was to have her lead bedtime. We discussed some options. You're almost done, right?
Yeah.
What do you want to do after dinner?
No.
Do you want to take a bath?
No.
No. What do you want to do?
I want to watch Bluey.
You want to watch Bluey?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to set a rule tonight. You can only watch Bluey for 1 episode, and then we got to stop, and you can do something else, okay?
And then you do a puzzle.
You want to do a puzzle before Bathies? When do you want to do Bathies? After a puzzle?
You do Bathies after puzzle, then bedtime.
Okay.
No, nope.
What she always loves to do after dinner is go for a walk or do puzzles. So that's definitely something she brought up. So that's what we jumped right into.
We're gonna go outside.
We are? Okay, so right now it is 6:51 p.m. We got to go get your socks on. I don't know if Beth is going to happen tonight. You got your socks? Good. Might be regretting this tomorrow. You going to put your socks on by yourself? That's right. We decided to go for a walk around 6:50, almost 7, which is very late. By then, I'm usually grabbing my daughter and getting her into bath time. So to go for a walk at almost 7 o'clock at night made me feel like I almost lost it. I almost lost it because in my mind, I'm thinking we're barely going for a walk now. Bath time is going to take at least 30 minutes. And then there's like another 20 minutes of reading books. This is basically putting her to bed around 9 o'clock. I was not excited for the walk, but it's what she wanted to do. So that was the program for tonight. So we went on our walk and it was lovely. We didn't go on the walk for very long, but it was lovely. Now we're back. It's about 7:20 and now it's way past the time I need to feed my cats. My daughter loves to help me with this, so she's involved. So we're feeding the cats together, but now it's 7:20, okay? Way past. We're now usually getting out of bath and getting close to bedtime now. So she's ready for bath. Okay, what time is it? 7:30? Yikes. The funny thing about my daughter in bath time is she hates the idea of it. As it comes to bedtime, she never wants to get in the bath. However, once she's in the bath, she can't get out. She wants to be in there for at least an hour and she loves it. So why is it that they are always so reluctant to get in? Okay, bath time went way longer than expected. It was well over an hour.
Besito, besito.
Bubble besito. Ah! It's 8 o'clock and there's no sign of getting out of this bath anytime soon. She is full on in bath mode. Rick's taken away the toys. The bath water was basically cold at this point. So now it's after 8:30, well after bedtime. And so I'm begging her by now to get out of the bath. This one, it's 8:35 already. Yes? When are you going to get out, baby? Because we got to get ready for bed. Finally, she agrees because she was cold. And now we're heading into our pajamas, doing the brushing of the hair, brushing of the teeth, the usual stuff. She didn't fight this too hard, luckily. But normally, like I said, getting a toddler to do anything is like chasing a bunch of cats who are on fire. Okay, it's 8:54 and we're finally getting to her room to read books. It's way past bedtime. By now is when she's usually falling asleep. So we're going to knock this out. Can you put the nightlight on? Hopefully we'll do bedtime quickly tonight. In my mind, I am losing it. I am holding on by a thread because what the evenings are to me are quality time with my daughter and a shred of alone time for me, or maybe even a time with my husband. Nights are precious. I often get up super early so that I can have some alone time by myself. At the very least, I have that. But at nighttime, I treasure this time just to have a little bit of alone time with my husband. And now we're creeping into the 9 o'clock hour and she doesn't fall asleep right away usually. So I'm basically just kissing tonight goodbye. I'm expecting to have zero alone time or quality time tonight, which is a real bummer because I really need it. Being with kids all the time and having kids can be very draining and exhausting. And this, even if I go straight to bed, I'm not getting the recharge that I so desperately need and enjoy from a night of, even just a night of hanging out with my husband or just by myself, doing something, reading, whatever, just by myself having quiet time while I'm awake. That's the recharge that I'm looking for. And tonight it doesn't look like it's going to happen. This has been an exhausting night. So while it has been less stressful, it's been more exhausting because what she really wants at the end of the day is to be with us. She wants us to hold her, read to her longer, everything. It's almost 9:50 right now and she's still awake. She's now in her crib by herself, but getting her in her crib was no easier. Even after doing everything calm and smooth throughout the night because she got to do what she wanted, getting her in the crib still produced the tears that we usually get. So it definitely wasn't easier. Anyway, so now I gotta go help her go to sleep. I'm probably a terrible mother for even putting this out there, but I felt like a terrible, terrible mother. But on the good side, it was wonderful quality time with my daughter. She loved it. She was just extra snuggly. She was still like her wild self, but the night was far less combative than it has been in the past. So that's what it normally can be. So that was really nice. It was nice just to have that kind of quality time with her, which I really enjoyed. And I know she does too. But it's 9:50, okay? I need my beauty sleep, okay? Even when I have some alone time at night, I try to be in bed by 10 o'clock at the latest, 10:30 if it's a wild night, okay? And right now, I'm barely leaving my daughter and it's 9:50. Not only is she still awake, there is zero sign of her falling asleep anytime soon. And now I'm going to go straight to bed, probably feeling exhausted and very frustrated and wondering, was this a mistake? Was this whole experiment a big mistake? We're now around 10:10, something like that. My daughter's finally asleep. Luckily, it only took her about 20 minutes. But I wanted to wrap up this experiment by kind of addressing, did I feel like it was worth it? The answer is yes and no. Yes, because it was a lovely night without fighting with my daughter. It was lovely. We enjoyed lots of different games. I love playing with her. So, and she wasn't stressed out crying because I'm pushing her to do things. So it was nice not to be in that kind of fight with her all night. But for me, it was rough. It was easier it's way easier to do things the way I normally do, which is take the bits that I've gotten from the different books and the different consultants and the different advice that I get from people about how to make nighttime smoother and apply what works for our family and just deal with it, basically. Okay, just deal with it. Tonight was so hard. While it was easier with my daughter, it was harder for me. And at the end of the day, I feel I'm at that point in being a mother that I have to prioritize myself too. It's so easy to put your own needs behind your kids' needs. And there is a point to doing that, of course, making sure your kids have what they need. But there's a difference between needs and wants that that's hard to define a lot of times, or at least I find it hard. And I need some time alone at night without some child-free time at night. This strategy, while it had its perks, will not be done again. I am going back to mean mommy. Mean mommy who's making my daughter get into bath time way earlier than she wants. Mean mommy who's making my daughter take vitamins even if she doesn't want them. Mean mommy. What I'm going to focus on instead is not being angry mommy, not being frustrated mommy. While I talk to my daughter about my feelings when I am feeling those things, my whole goal is to not take them out on her, which is a very different thing. While also accepting this stage of raising a child who is 3 years old is just going to be hard. A lot of people, lots of friends, lots of people that I know who are parents always say, this is a phase, this is a phase. They say that about a lot of different phases. When she was a newborn, the phase was that she wasn't sleeping through the night, struggled to do A, B, C, or D, whatever. This is a phase that she is going through, where at night it's a struggle. And what I've come to realize is that the biggest struggle that I feel like we're facing is the fact that our daughter, who is now in preschool full time during the day, is probably just missing us. This is an age where it's everything to her for her to be with her mom and dad. It's everything. It's all she wants. She doesn't care what we do usually as long as we're with her. So I'm trying to just keep that in my mind because I gotta say it's super hard sometimes to remember that. It is so hard to remember when your kid is getting on your last nerve and you basically just want to like crawl into your bed with a glass of wine and just cry your eyes out. It's hard to remember that it's not your kids. They're not trying to be jerks to you. They are just missing you. I am going to drill that into my brain. I'm going to write that on a piece of paper, post-it note, put it on my mirror if I have to, but I just need to remember that. This is a phase. It will not always be like this. Thankfully, my daughter has lots of good sleep skills. Once she does go to sleep, she sleeps amazing through the night and needs very little help. And when she wakes up, she is always happy as can be, regardless of how difficult the night was. So I'm taking from this, I need to give myself grace. I need to take the time I need. If mama needs a glass of wine in 20 minutes by herself, I am going to take it because this has to work for everybody. So I will not be letting my daughter run bedtime again. But I did learn some things from this, and hopefully you did too. And if you liked this video, found it entertaining, helpful, useful, please like. And for more content about the struggles of motherhood or the darker side of motherhood that lots of people don't discuss, please subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.